Bring us back to that period when you made your first big deal.
We were doing a deal with a big retailer in Holland at that moment. Buyers from this company dropped us in one afternoon
Yeah.
the total turnover from the year before. I think we sold around 3.5 million in a single afternoon.
How do you know if you can trust somebody?
You don't know.
So when do you know? How did you feel when that money landed in your bank account?
Nothing. I work in a business where from closing the deal until the money comes, we're talking about 9 months. I sold now, I think, around 5 or 6 companies. 3 years ago or 4 years ago, I remember I was with the family at the pool in Dubai. I got a notice from the bank that the money has arrived. And then I jumped in the pool and I said, okay guys, I'm ready to play now.
I don't think he stands a chance. It's gonna be one shot and you're done. Ready for this?
Ready. Simon,
Yes.
what are you doing here?
I just passed by. I thought, is it okay if we can have a chat?
Why? I'm working.
Come on, just let me in, man. Let me in, please. Let me in. Let me in.
Welcome, bro.
Hey, good to see you again. Thank you for letting me in. So I'm going to be today very irritating by asking you a lot of questions, okay?
But be quick then, eh?
Okay,
Because I need to work.
I'm trying to make it quick. I'm sorry. So tell me, what's this?
It's a painting. Yeah. So it's Klibanski, famous artist. I started investing in 6 or 7 years ago. Also a big collector myself. Big art fan overall. Not only Klibanski but more artists. So yeah, when you invited yourself in my house like you just did, I think you will see more art.
Okay.
So don't go all the rooms because on many of the rooms there are is some art. So let's wait and see.
Okay. Don't kick me out yet. Okay?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay. So who are these children?
5 kids, 2 staff kids, 3 for myself. So we run a big family.
Okay.
7 people in the house. So busy.
Okay, you're not just a big guy. You also have a big family.
Yes. I think so.
Okay. Now let's just, I'm just going to introduce now.
Should I take you around, or you want to do it yourself?
Yeah, you do it. I guess this is your house, right?
Yeah. Dogs.
So who are these?
2 dogs, 11 years, already together with me. Yeah, this one unfortunately has a big tumor, so today we are going to put her to sleep.
I'm so sorry.
So it's the last day with her together. But was my best girlfriend for the last 11 years.
Oh,
Yeah, so not really looking forward to that today.
So,
Kitchen, the wife.
hello. Sorry for bumping in.
It's fine.
So what's this?
More art.
More art.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you guys will like this. If you can zoom in from the.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
Maybe you can give it to me.
Yes, why not?
Okay. So what's this area? Is this your living room?
Yeah, there's the living room.
Okay. So Mark, what is this? World's best dad.
I get for Father's Day. It's the biggest compliment, the biggest achievement you can get in life. Eh?
I agree.
You can make money, you can do everything, but being a good dad, I think, is a bigger.
Definitely. Love you cannot buy.
No, it's a bigger price than money, I guess.
Okay. I'm fully with you on that, and lovely to see that, and I see here more things like.
What do you see? Feel free to look around. Don't worry.
Like what's this here? What is this truck doing here?
Yeah.
With
So this is
girls on it.
like 4 or 5 years ago. I started with my own trucks. So Toy Universe, this one here, was my first brand that I started. It's a toy brand. It's now becoming quite a big brand in Europe and abroad. And then Glam Girls is one of the lines I launched a couple of years ago. And we are making from everything we do. We do a lot of marketing. We make own trucks, a lot of advertisement, this kind of stuff. We do photo shoots. Here is my daughter is in one of the photo shoots. Even your little niece also is in one of the photo shoots.
Oh my God,
yeah.
that's my niece, my brother's daughter.
Yeah, so she's even there.
So I have a question selfishly. When you're designing all these toys and working with these toy brands, do you think about your own kids? Like what they'd want to play with?
No.
That's like none of the creative behind it.
No. I look at what is famous and what is hot in the market, and that we try to use as an inspiration to create our own brands.
Okay.
Because my kids are not normal, so they are not like the standard.
We can use them as an example.
yeah.
Okay, I like it, and I see more things. So, what's this?
This is where it all started.
I recognize this thing.
This is where it started. So 22 years ago, I started with this wine rack in black, importing. This was the moment I thought I was the exclusive distributor for Holland and Benelux. But then I started working with Chinese, and it seemed that another 50 people also were the exclusive agent for the country. So this is where it all started. My mom gave it to me some years ago because she made it gold. Because she says everything you do, you turn it into gold. So quite a nice present. My first business, my first item ever imported. And this is the beginning.
I like this because...
so be careful because it's quite precious.
So around 20 years ago, maybe 22 years to be exact, I saw a black version of this in my living room. I'm like, what is this? And then my parents were like, Marc... Marc
I was forcing everybody to use for the Christmas.
I'm like, he's into wine? But who would have known that this led to so many different other ventures?
You will see later, when you have some time, I will bring you to the office, then you will see where it led to.
Okay, I will take you on that. I will take you on your word. What's this? This
Same
is
again,
Amsterdam, right?
Amsterdam city, again, was one of the earlier paintings from famous artist Joseph Klibanski. So
wow,
I quite like this word.
It's beautiful. We have the Queen, we have the police, we have the bridge, the old bridge. There's so much of Amsterdam and Netherlands in it. The colors are beautiful.
Thank you, appreciate it. I also like it quite much.
Yeah.
I also have a London one.
Nice. Coffee shop Smoky. Hey, I remember that one.
Yeah, you remember that
Smoky
one.
Joker.
Yeah.
What is this? This is Dagobert Duck.
Yeah.
This is in Netherlands we say Dagobert Duck.
I think you guys say it wrong. It's Scrooge McDuck. There's no Dagobert Duck. There's just Scrooge.
Scrooge McDuck.
Okay, so...
Yeah, so for me it's symbolic. It's not because he's making a lot of money or he's rich, but this is my business I'm in. So we make Disney merchandise, and it's a little bit, how do you say, a twink in the eye that I make this. I actually gave this to my business partner when he retired. And he said, Marc, it's so ugly, I don't want to have it. So I took it back and put it in my own house.
Yeah, okay. So why did you give this one to your business partner? Was that a symbolic?
Because he was, for me, the money keeper. I was young and wild, and he was very protective, very secure, very safe. No money from the bank, everything with own money. But you will see later on, when we go down, you will see another one, which explains it perhaps even better than this one.
Okay. I like it. I also don't. It's nice that he gave it back because now you have something that symbolizes that time. I think, where he was the treasury of the company. But now obviously that you collected some more stuff. Like what's this? I recognize it. This is Bezos, and this is in the most beautiful city in the world, Nijmegen. Okay, and this is in the corner in the center. Is that correct?
Yeah, this is I think one of the most famous buildings in the city center. I bought it last year, and I hope in the future one day I can start a restaurant over there, my own chair, where I can sit and relax when I retire.
Okay, nice. I like it. And does this have New York lady with a little baby in the hand?
Yeah, just an art piece I like. I mean, I'm a big America lover, and especially New York, one of my favorite cities in the world.
Any cities nice in New York? US?
Yeah, I like Miami quite a lot. LA I like quite a lot. San Francisco I like, but has been already quite a while since I've been there. So quite a big US fan.
No Vegas?
Vegas I like, but if I need to choose, then Vegas, not in my top 2 or top 3 list.
Okay.
Wait, I have to mention this. As a U.S. citizen, there's a baby there. That's different.
Yeah, but this is the caricature from the artist. I mean, it's the same. You also don't have the ice cream. Yeah. So that's what they call artistic freedom or something like this.
Yeah. So let's continue this tour. Marc, where are you taking me? Am I going to a basement?
Yes, basement. So here.
I hope you're not going to punish me for coming unexpected.
No. I think you're fine, but we will see, because perhaps we have a surprise for you.
Oh, okay.
No,
what is this?
So this is the kids area with the theater, some trampoline for the kids, some playing, some hobby.
I like it. So who spends more time here, you or the children?
No, here for sure the kids, but the next one for sure I spend more time than the kids.
Okay.
And this is also the reason I think I bought the house, because as most people know, I'm quite a big sports fanatic. So I had a big dream of building a gym, which I did.
Okay, wow. You have here your gym. So I guess here is where you spend the most time.
Not the most time, but I try to spend here at least half an hour to an hour a day to do a little bit of training. So I like all kinds of sports, but also fighting. I like.
You can use that ring?
Yeah, you can use it. No problem. If you want, we can try.
I challenge you, but. In my place, John will come.
No, but John is much bigger than you. It's not fair.
No. I challenge you, but it's not going to be me.
Wait, I didn't agree to any of this.
John, you got this, okay?
But the guy is massive, Simon. What are you doing?
John, you got this. You got to defend my honor.
I'm so sick of hearing about this guy with his big house and all of his pretentious art. But let's see if he's legit. Can he actually take a guy like me, a WWF superstar, in a fight? I don't think he stands a chance. It's gonna be one shot and you're done. You ready for this?
Ready.
So, Marc, we're sitting here again, part 2 of our conversation. What has happened since we spoke last time?
What has happened? I don't know, just the usual stuff, working, a little bit of holiday, and back to work.
What have you been up to? I heard that you have been nominated for something big. Tell me more about it.
Yes. I hope that the podcast is only coming out after the release, because the official release will be a little bit later. But I've been nominated for the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year for the Netherlands. So, quite pleased with that, quite proud of it. So last 3 will be announced in Amsterdam shortly, and then we go for the final. Okay.
Well, I'm definitely, supporting you. So fingers crossed that you will get it. And you gave us a lovely tour through your house already. I just wanted to ask you, you did not end up straight away in a company with success. So I just wanted to know just very briefly about what was that moment that accelerated your business from being a small business into suddenly making these big deals?
Yeah, it's also a little bit depending on what you think yourself, of course, is a big business, because for one is a big business is a business running with 5 people, for the next one with 50, 100, 1,000, 10,000 is a little bit depending on it. But for me, when I had for myself the idea that we were becoming like a proper business, I think is around 7-8 years ago, when we were active in around 30 countries, when we had 40-50 people on the floor. Became quite a big company. We get a name in the market, people recognized us. So I think that was my moment that I thought I was running a big company.
Okay, but bring us back to that period when you made your first big deal. How were you feeling when that contract got signed and that happened?
Yeah, so we were doing a deal with a big retailer in Holland at that moment. And I think the buyers from this company dropped us in one afternoon the total turnover from the year before. I think we sold around 3.5 million in a single afternoon. And I remember when the customer was walking out of the door that I was happy, a little bit shocked, a little bit surprised. And that was the start of building a big company.
How did you convince them at that time to work with you, somebody that has never done a big deal before?
Yeah, we had done big deals. I mean, at that moment, I think I was a 4 or 5 million turnover company. The guys dropped me 3.5-4 million in an afternoon. So we were already a little bit used to the bigger numbers, the bigger amounts. But yeah, we knew that it was a little bit the breakthrough to become like an even bigger company than we already were. And at the end of the week, it's consistency, keeping the pressure, trying, grafting, and you will get there.
Okay, so but just a little bit to stay at that period, like, because you were talking with them and you got that big deal. You were happy, of course, because you got that big number, but then you needed to fulfill that order. Was that why you also were feeling a little bit like, okay, am I going to be able to be up to it? And was that also a period where you were feeling more confidence in your own capabilities to execute things like that?
No, I think you are exactly right on this point. I mean, the first thing what you do is you are striving for this big deal.
Yeah.
Then when you get this big deal, then the next problem starts.
Yeah.
And then you need to start delivering what you promised to the customer. And this is not the most easy. This is not the most easy part. I mean, if I look to the whole story now, then I need to say from my side, getting the deal perhaps is the most easy thing. But in my case, in my kind of business, getting the products in the right quality, on the right timing, on the right moment at the company or at my customer, that's the most complex thing.
You fulfilled that order, obviously, because I think, or did you actually ended up fulfilling that order in a good way or not?
Yes, we did. But
and
this is for every order, for every big deal that you make. This is, I think, the biggest challenge. One part is getting towards the deal, but I think keeping your promise, I think this is the highest pressure and the most difficult thing to succeed in.
Yeah, and then I want to also ask you. You got that paid, that order paid. How did you feel when that money landed in your bank account?
Nothing, because I work in a business where from closing the deal until the money comes, we're talking about 9 months.
Okay.
So in 9 months, so many things are happening that you are not thinking about the money. And at that moment, I was reinvesting all my money and so much money. So on the day it hit the account, I think an hour later, it was already spent on the next deal. So it was not really a celebration or something like. It's different when you sell a company, because then you get an amount that you can keep. But when you close a deal, it's working capital. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to ask you a question about that as well, because I want to bring you back to the day that you sold your company, and how did you feel when that money landed in your bank account?
So I sold now, I think, around 5 or 6 companies. I think around 10 years ago, for the first time, was quite a big deal. Then 3 years ago or 4 years ago, I remember I was with the family at the pool in Dubai.
Yeah.
Laying on the bed, all the kids were playing in the water. She said, Daddy, come to the water. No, Daddy stays on the bed. And then I stayed on the bed, and then I get on my mobile, I get a notice from the bank that the money has arrived. And then I jumped in the pool and I said, okay guys, I'm ready to play now. So, no, and it's like a big deal, like selling where the money is, and really the big money is coming in. That's for me quite an exciting moment, not especially about the money, but about the achievement that we have, about the trip, about the journey that we had, and the fact that we succeeded in the plan that we made together.
Yes, and how did you feel at that moment about yourself? Because you made that deal, you got that money, and you started this from nothing. How did you say? What did you say to yourself at that moment? Like, were you proud of yourself?
Yeah, proud, but money, in the beginning, money was my driver. But after already selling my first companies, I think I was 29 or 30, I was financially independent. So money the last 10 years has never been a driver for me. It's
okay, so what is a driver for you? What makes you go out of bed, and what makes Marc tick?
Being better than the rest.
Okay, and what defined better?
Better, trying hard, hustling, getting the maximum out of yourself, getting the maximum out of the people around you, and just every day try to improve yourself, learn, and be better, become better.
Okay, and better in everything, in your personal life, in work.
Be better as a husband, as a father, as a business owner, as an investor. It doesn't matter. I have a very, very big passion and drive for winning and for being the best. And I don't mean like to be the best, but to be capable of achieving the best of yourself, the best version of yourself. And that's what I try to do every single day again.
Is it working?
I think until now it's going in the right direction. Yeah, always some areas to improve.
And where do you think this comes from? This drive to win? Is this from your childhood?
Yeah, I think I've been a professional athlete, of course, for some years, and I always had quite a big interest in winning or being the best, or so I think it's already in it from since I was 5, 6, 7 years old, so quite a long time back.
And what happens to Marc when he doesn't win?
Then Marc tries to find a solution to be capable of winning the next time.
And does that happen often?
As less as possible.
No, I mean that there is a setback. You don't win, but then you come back. You make a new strategy, and you end up doing it better next time.
Yes, of course. I mean, if it's life, if it's business, every day there are people out there that are better than you are, or that are further or more experienced or whatever. So it's a learning curve. So to think that you are the best one, there's only one in the world that can say he's the best in business, and all the other people underneath there are not as good as he is. And I have the drive to become the best, but
so is that the ultimate goal, to be the number one in business?
No, I think now at my age, with my private life, it's more about finding a good balance in between my private and my business life.
Okay, and take me a little bit through that, because in the beginning maybe you were focused on business, and something changed inside that made you say, balance should be there. I should have also more time maybe at home or quality time with the family, and not only like 24 hours, 7 days a week business. Is that correct?
I think the difference is changing for most people on the day they get kids.
Yeah.
I think this is the big turning point for everybody. I mean, this is the moment that you want to spend time with, that you need to spend time with. It's your obligation to do it. So I think this is for 99% the big turning point.
But take me through a moment where, I mean, let me just give you an example. For me, I have 2 daughters, and when they come and tell me, I miss you, Papa, why are you always at work? Why are you always at work? You're going. And at one point I was like, yeah, why am I going in the weekend and in the evening always to meet clients? I don't want to do that anymore. Only like exceptions I would do. That was for me a turning point. And then I just told my clients, these are the times you can meet me. Unless, we're going to do, it's really needed, I will make time for you. So was there with you a part in your journey where you were like, you know what, I need to balance because something happened that told you I need to balance now?
No, I think for me the biggest turn came after my first divorce, that I was not seeing my daughter so much because I was working quite a lot. Yeah. And I think I regretted this on a later stage when she was 7 or 8. And that I didn't have the opportunity by my own mistake of really like the bonding, the binding, because not spending crazy time together. Okay, then I get my second child. And I think that was for me a little bit the moment that I decided, okay, I don't want to do this again. I don't want to make the same mistake again. Yeah. And I think this was for me, was the turning point in that to find the balance. And that being the best, still something I want to achieve, but not the best like the number one. Okay. I want to be the best version of myself. I want to build the best business for myself that I select. And I think that was the big turning point, I think.
Oh, yeah, I love that. I love that. And I also like that you say being the best version of yourself, comparing yourself against your past and improving and measuring yourself in that way, instead of using a benchmark of something that is far away. Like, for example, I want to be like, this billionaire businessman. But it's also good if you're better than last year. Do you agree?
Yeah, you want to be better as last year. And I mean, it's no problem to look at a billionaire or whoever, where you think, you are very proud or you're very recognized in what they are doing, but don't get it into jealousy, don't get it into a mission. I mean, it's not a mission to become a billionaire. It's nice if you become a billionaire during your journey. Yeah. I mean, becoming the billionaire is not a goal. It's not. I mean.
I have a question about this. In your journey, you grew. And maybe your surroundings saw that as well, like friends and family. What I hear and what I've experienced to a certain level as well is that sometimes people, think that they, when it comes to money, it's hard sometimes to trust people when they come to you asking for help, asking even to borrow or just something like that. And I've seen a lot of problems arising from that. I'm personally very cautious when it comes to that. Never disclose much about what's going on. But I've seen, for example, people that I've talked with that lost a lot, not only money, but also relationships. How have you experienced in your life moments where people came to you and you felt maybe that it was not right?
I mean, it's happening on a weekly basis. I mean, on the moment, you have money. People, they know, they think there is something to get. They also think quite easy that it's very normal that you share the money that you have, or that they should have a part of it. Yeah. And I think most business people that are building a successful business, you will also see it's quite a lonely world they live in, because they all are a little bit precautious on what they do. I mean, everybody had made the mistakes of loaning money to friends or family of friends or family or whatever, never getting it back, never hearing anything about it. I think it's part of the learning journey that you need to make. If it's regards to business or having money, it's part of the game. I think everybody that earn a lot of money, they made mistakes on friends with money, on family with money, on investing in money, on people cheating, stealing. It's part of the game. You need to accept it, and you need to be very sharp on who are the people that trust. Most of the people, they will have a very close circle because they don't want to let too many new people in.
Yeah.
And I think this is what is happening. So keep your old friends from before you had money, and besides that, make new friends, new relationships, people that have money, that don't need anything from you. So then you also have quite a good relationship.
Yeah, and do you feel that the Marc from before you made that mistakes, was a different Marc than now?
No, I always was very precautious and don't trust too many people. But I think now it's even worse than before. And I think I'm quite an extreme version in this, because my trust rate is very, very low on people.
But you do trust people still? You still have a circle of people you trust?
Yeah.
Okay, and this is very hard, and I've spoken with multiple people about it, and I've seen personal examples as well. It is hard to see when somebody doesn't want something from you. They just want you. They just want to be with you because of who you are. And not because of what you could potentially provide.
The further and further you get, the more difficult this becomes.
Yeah.
Because the more money you make, the more complex the issue gets.
Yes, and how are you transcending that message to your children, that later when they might have something themselves, because you're building up also generational wealth, perhaps, that you will protect them from making relationships that can be toxic in the future? Yeah,
okay. I mean, you can try to learn them, you can try to teach them, you can try to explain them, but at the end of the week, they need to build their own experience. They need to make their own mistakes. They need to have their own success. And of course, they already see it now when they come to school, or we want to play at your house, or your family has a Ferrari or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. They need to find out themselves. I think they are not capable of understanding this yet and have the idea where to go, what to do. I think it's too early for them.
So going back to the trust part, just to make a small jump back, how do you know if you can trust somebody?
You don't know.
So when do you know that you can trust somebody?
It's just it's based on a gut feeling. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you meet somebody for even the first time, and you have a gut feeling if something is off or not.
Yeah, you try.
Okay.
It's instinct. It's natural.
I'm with you that the gut feeling. I've had that as well. I'm listening that to very sharply now. I don't even look if what they're driving or what house they have. Can all be rented. Can all be fake. And I've seen that happening. But if the gut feeling says something is off with that person, something is off most of the time.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, not always. It's the same like with a deal. When it's too good to be true, it's probably not true.
But sometimes it is too good.
But sometimes it is true. But,
Sometimes you do get them.
but then even if this
Yeah.
happens and somebody else is doing the deal,
Yeah.
then I will congratulate you afterwards and I will say, okay, very good, you did the deal, and I'm still happy and satisfied I didn't do the deal.
Okay.
So I do everything on my gut feeling, and I don't care afterwards if it was a success or a failure, because I don't look back.
Okay, so you're doing a lot on your gut feeling, but are you, when you're making important decisions, are you benchmarking them with people, or is it all Marc that makes that decision?
Sometimes I benchmark, but 90% of the time I make my own decision.
And who are those close people that you benchmark with?
This can be mainly as my ex-business partner, if it's concerning to business, where I check, because he has a very keen eye for business, for people, and that's my main check for if the deal is right or the deal is not right. But like I say, 90% of the decisions is based on my own thoughts and on my own feeling.
And I like that. And this is the gentleman we talked about in podcast 1 that was your
correct.
mentor.
Yeah.
And he's, I think, still there for you when you need him.
Yeah, we still have quite some businesses together. We run some investments and some property businesses together. So we still speak on a daily, weekly basis. So no, he's still there. He's not as active as before anymore. Yeah. But from my side, I think it's also nice for myself now, coming forward, being capable of doing my own thing and not being under the supervision of somebody else.
Yeah.
So be 100% responsible for the decision if it's a success or a failure. Because for me, I don't mind the failure, because it's part of the journey and the learning curve. So that's not really an issue for me. No. So.
Yeah, just one quick question, just to jump back on our previous podcast, where you said that you started there when you're 19, and then at 25 or 26, after working there, you got some shares in the company.
Yep.
And now you're fully on your own. So how did you feel when you had that full ownership? Did you feel like the juice is loose?
No, full of my own. I mean, at the end, I was at 65% share at the company. I mean, at the moment, I have a minority share because the biggest part is sold to an investment company. So I don't really have this feeling, because I always worked with partners or co-investors or this kind of thing. So I've never been like 100% of my own. Always have other people involved. And that's also the way I like it. Yeah. To do the business with the other people.
Okay, lovely. Thank you, Marc.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.